I often say that a win in football begins in the trenches, and so in today's video, we are going to discuss each player that makes up the offensive line. The center is just as the name implies. He is the middle position in the offensive line. The center is responsible for snapping the ball to the quarterback, and this exchange is critical as it begins each offensive play. Once the center snaps the ball or hikes it to the quarterback, he must immediately begin blocking for the quarterback, much like every other member of the offensive line. Because the offense is not permitted to move prior to the ball being snapped, the center is the one who studies the defensive formation and gives the necessary blocking assignments to the other members of the offensive line. This is done by using terminology that the defense cannot readily decipher. A good center must be strong and tough to withstand hard hits from the defensive players. Not only must he have excellent blocking technique, but he must be able to ensure that the ball is delivered properly to the quarterback so as not to create a fumble. A few notable centers are Dwight Stevenson, Mike Webster, and recently retired Jason Kelce. And as you know, because I am a Ravens fan, I must mention our center, Tyler Linderbaum. Although he is only going into his third year, he is on pace to achieve much in his NFL career. On both sides of the center are the guards. As with the other members of the offensive line, the guards are responsible for blocking against the defenders by using their shoulders, their arms, and their hands to push the defensive players away from the quarterback and the ball handler. The guards also contribute by creating space or holes for the running back to run through in order to gain yards. If you recall from last week's video, I mentioned that the primary goal of a quarterback is to advance the ball down the field by either running or passing. If you missed that video, I'll be sure to link it in the description box below. The outermost offensive linemen are the right and left tackles. Similar to the guard position, the tackle is responsible for blocking the defenders on both running and passing plays. However, it should be noted that tackles are most often the biggest linemen and, perhaps, the most athletic. They are responsible for blocking against the biggest defensive linemen and pass rushers. More on those positions when we move to the defensive side of the ball. Offensive tackles protect the edge of the field by sealing off the outside or preventing the defensive players from running to the outside of the field. The tackle who defends the quarterback's weak side depends on whether that quarterback is right or left-handed. A few traits that are common amongst all members of the offensive line are physicality and toughness, positional leverage as he anticipates the oncoming of the defensive players, and proper technique. Blocking for the quarterback and creating gaps for the running back is the primary focus of the offensive line. And speaking of running backs, which are also known as halfbacks, we will discuss that position as well as fullbacks in a later video. Don't worry, I know the terminology might be a bit confusing, but I'm here to simplify it for you. Some notable offensive tackles are Tony Boselli, Jackie Slater, and presently Trent Williams. Well, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on your post notifications too so that you never miss an upload on this channel. Next week, we will be right back talking about the wide receivers and the tight ends and the difference between those two positions. So until then, take care, you stay safe, and always remember, go Ravens. God bless.